Hey everybody, today is Tuesday, May 21st, early afternoon where we are. And today in this video, I just have my notes here with me that I made on this topic. I want to talk to you about direct aggression. And from what I've learned through my sessions, and I've done a couple of psychology courses when I was in school. Direct aggression is basically you you're doing what's best for you without giving any consideration to anyone else. You're doing whatever you need to do to win at the expense of others, and it involves being overbearing, arrogant, form of bullying, bossy, over opinionated, very intolerant and short fused for other people. Some phrases that you might use with this type of aggression is how dare you, I always win, if I were you I would do it this way, I don't give a crap about you, what else? Get out of my way, what you could do with, etc. And some examples I have here of direct aggression. For example, you're at a bar and you're served the wrong drink. Your reply is, what the hell do you call this? I asked for a shandy, not a lager. Get your act together, dear. That's one example of direct aggression. Another one here is your partner's obviously upset about something but doesn't discuss it with you. And you say, what the hell is wrong with you? Sitting there and sulking all evening. That's another example of direct aggression. I have a couple more here for you. The television repair person promises you to return the next day with your television, and when they don't show up, you call to complain, and your mannerism towards the complaint is somewhere along these lines. I'm fed up with your awful service. I won't buy anything here from you ever again. I'm going to tell all my friends not to come here. But at the same time, if there's a couple things that could lead to an example like this. If this is the first time that this has happened and you act like this, that's completely being directly aggressive. Now let's say this has happened 10 times and you have 10 times over the past year, and a friend of yours is with you when you make the phone call. They don't know that you've had 10 bad experiences over the past year with this repair place. And they come at you and say, that's not very nice, why are you being so aggressive with them? And then you explain to them that my patience has run out, this has happened 10 times over the past year, and your friend will be like, oh, well, that's understandable, I thought this is the first time. So somebody who's on the outside and doesn't know all the situations could very easily take things in a way that you might know differently. Other times you're just being plainly directly aggressive. And usually this stems from perhaps abuse of power. You know, you're a boss at a company or in a department, and you know, you like to abuse your power at the expense of other people, or your boss does this to you. I have one other example here. You live in a shared house, and the person next to you is blasting their music well into the night, and you bang on the wall and start shouting, will you stop that dreadful noise? I'm sick to death of it. Instead of going, perhaps you've never attempted to approach them directly and more in an assertive manner. And this is how you approach them the first time. You're going to come across as a real jerk to this other person. And a better thing to do would be to be more assertive to counter this and say, I have the right to be me and I have the right to my quiet and rest. Could you please turn that music down? That's a way to counteract being more directly aggressive. If you're somebody who's generally more assertive and you're stuck working around a colleague who's directly aggressive, a boss, or the best thing to do would be to try and go about your day and get things done and not have to deal with them, or just nod your head and let things go out one ear and out the other. Obviously, if it gets to a point where it's unbearable, try and approach them as best you can using I phrases. And if that still doesn't work, you could, if you want to take on this journey, you could report them to HR, Human Resources. And if that still doesn't work, or you can't be bothered to report them, maybe it's best for you not to continue working at this place, because all that matters is you. If you're somebody who's more passive and you're stuck around somebody who's more directly aggressive, psychologically this could be damaging because just the general nature of it. And it's not good for you, it's not good for anybody. And if you're more indirectly aggressive, that's also psychologically damaging in the long haul, which also leads to physical health issues. Again, I'm no doctor. Get you talk to a doctor. The best approach is to be more assertive with people using I phrases. And if it's still a situation that can't be repaired, if it's a work situation or at school, you might want to think about changing courses and professors, or not work with certain students if there are certain one or two individuals. If it's a workplace, same thing. Try and transfer into a different department. If not, you can either complain to Human Resources, go to the union, or if you can't be bothered, maybe it's your time to find something else that's better for you. And if that's the case, you're probably somehow being subconsciously being protected from any further ailments of this negative environment. Because if some people stay in these types of environments for years, and you hear them getting illnesses and sicknesses, etc. And personally, again, I'm no medical doctor, but from my own personal experiences, I've had things like my thyroid condition come up out of living in a stressful environment when I was younger. And best thing to do to counteract is to stick up for yourself in a way that doesn't affect the well-being of others. And again, if that's not possible, then just whatever means necessary, try and eliminate yourself from the equation altogether. Like I said, transfer courses, limit contact with family members who are like this, or maybe they're not your real friends. If it's friends who are like this, or workplace scenarios, transfer departments, complain to Human Resources, the union, or find another job that's better suited for you. Because in the end, I've seen people go through the point where they'd rather let themselves be fired so they could go on unemployment and then find another job, but it might not, depending on how much stress is built up in your body, it might not be worth that level. So these are all things you can do to help counteract somebody who's being directly aggressive with you, and how to protect yourself from becoming somebody who is directly aggressive. It's not nice for anybody, and you don't want to be that person, in my experience anyway. People do talk, and even if you don't care about what other people think, it might make it harder for you to advance in life if you're at a company where everybody hates you, and then maybe some event comes along and you have an epiphany and realize I've been a total jerk to people. Then you try and fix things that are, or repair the situation that's unrepairable, and you might end up having to leave a company and start all over again. So these are things that can happen with this type of behavior, whether you're on the receiving end or the giving end. It's not good for anybody. Anyway, I gotta go. I'll have more for you soon. Take care and have a good afternoon.